we Godzilla fans can officially get amped. For the big guy's 70th anniversary, Toho has released one of the most hype-inducing cinematic trailers in the King of the Monsters history. This reveal for now is thanks to Godzilla's new presence in Southeast Asia, which I have no idea what that means at all, I'm sorry, but as any good Goji fan should, I'm gonna assume this very well could be a tease for something big in the future. Alright, so Toho decided to release the full trailer on their YouTube after I recorded this video, and with that they gave more of an idea of what this is for in the video's description, and here's what it says. For 70 years, Godzilla has commanded the big screens and captivated the world. And now, a new roar echoes louder than ever. For the first time across Southeast Asia, the legend emerges in a powerful tribute to the fans who have kept its legacy alive. An unprecedented Godzilla marks the start of something new. This special footage honors Southeast Asia, celebrating 7 decades of Godzilla's unstoppable journey through the region's iconic landmarks. Thank you for 70 years of love, memories, and passion. Witness the rise, hear the roar, the legend reigns. So this cinematic is a thank you to the fans more or less of that region, which is awesome, but one line in this description, one line to rule them all I think, gives me vibes that Toho is working on something here. The start to something new, they say. Let me know what you think that could mean down below. I'm gonna break down this badass cinematic in this video, and you know I'm gonna delve deep into the new design for the G-Man and tell you why it's one of my favorites of all time. Welcome to Dangerville everyone, this is Jacob, let's get to it. Apparently a bunch of you watching this aren't seeing more Godzilla updates cause you aren't subscribed, so what are you waiting for? Remember when I told you guys and gals about the sudden appearance of the deleted Kong Skull Island CGI footage that I truly wish they stuck with for the Monsterverse? Well, I guess someone at Toho agrees with me because this new trailer throws off nearly identical energy. But instead of a big hairy ape, it's the King of the Monsters. I know like at least 10 of you Godzilla diehard fans are right now giving me about effing time cheers. But you really can't deny how close these do compare to one another, except for one very important thing, Godzilla. Talk about a dream shot here for a Goji fan. Nature at its best and Godzilla living his best life in it. You love to see it. So you guys know the Monarch TV show, right? One of the most enjoyable aspects of that show for me actually was its marketing posters. I always loved this shot here with Godzilla ominously looming in the background, and I love the color green. You'll know why I brought the color up in a little, stick with me. What a great way to give a sense of scale here and show something new. I'm not sure when the last time we saw Godzilla walk past human architecture like this was. But I do remember when we saw a shot like this last in a Goji film. Godzilla -1 had its famous boat attack sequence that riveted audiences, and this trailer gave a little bit more of that magic here. Hopefully if you were in this situation you'd have your brown pants on here, cause seeing the G-Man racing towards the boat definitely makes me happy I'm not on that thing. What's actually really cool about this cinematic is how they are clearly showcasing some of Asia's most amazing locations with Godzilla in them. I'm still not entirely sure on what this trailer is truly promoting, but even if it is just a shout out to Godzilla's legacy in this part of the world, I think that's great and I can't wait to see him in other locations around the planet in the future. There's a few places I recognize, but not all of them, so if you know any of these places in this trailer, let me know in the comments. We get a classic Godzilla stomp of epic proportions, there's your tail sweep, and we get a surprising creeper shot for some reason. I haven't seen one of these since Godzilla 1998, I feel like. Now maybe it hasn't caught your attention like it did mine, but the combination of moody and bright scenes in this montage really hit hard, and once again, Godzilla is at his best when the environment, the scene as a whole around him, feels like a character of its own. You want Godzilla to feel like an ancient god? Have him walk in the sunlight. You want him to feel like a demon? Have him show up on the most depressing looking day of the year. Honestly, I like it all. Next, it doesn't matter how many times we see Godzilla breach the surface of the water, it will always be one of the most iconic scenes in cinema. And with this shot, we get our first of many clear shots of this new take on Godzilla. Appearance-wise, it seems to be mostly modeled to give -1 Goji vibes, but it's not identical. His head and face in particular are much more human-like in my eyes, and I'm gonna delve more into this as we go on and get more close-up shots. See, this is what I'm talking about. Godzilla roaring in the sunset as his silhouette fills the sky. This shot is a masterpiece, I'll just say it. I've always told people I want to see Godzilla in more natural settings instead of cities. And here is proof that I'm not entirely wrong to think that. Look how great this looks. You don't need buildings for scale when you have mountains and trees. Cool little side story for you guys. Last year I visited the Grand Teton Mountains and I walked past this family, right? And there was a little boy and he went up to his dad and he was like, "Wow, look how tall the mountains are. It's like Godzilla." And I'm not gonna lie, that was one of the most coolest things I've experienced since doing this whole Godzilla YouTuber thing. Just knowing that I have this tiny little connection with Godzilla and I have my deep natural passion for like mountains and nature, and then hearing this little kid share the same sort of ideas that I had, I don't know, it just really hit home to me. Sorry guys, I know you want to see more of the trailer. I just thought you might like that little story. It's heartwarming, I guess. Now, I've seen some people say this trailer gives off AI vibes, like it was made by AI. And I can't say if it was or wasn't, but to me, this looks like the old Always Sunset on 3rd Street Godzilla. So I think it's just more of a style of animation than anything. And I've seen some comments from this Supernova Monsterverse reveal that some of y'all are really wanting the old school Monsterverse look to make a comeback. So tell me how you like this. I really love this Godzilla design. He looks jagged and sharp to the touch. Just look at his shoulders. They look like they have armor on them more than ever. And I have to point out how good Godzilla with an appropriately large head looks. One of my biggest issues with Monsterverse Godzilla's design is that his head just gives live action Mario movie Goomba vibes. But if you go too big in the other direction, you get Shin Godzilla's bobblehead ass. This to me is a nice middle ground. Alright, so this next bit here lit a fire in me for the big guy that I haven't had for a while now. I felt a feeling of joy that was like a blast of fresh air, smacking me right in the face. It made me feel like a kid again. I freaking love the color green. And while everyone was going off about blue Godzilla or pink Godzilla, I was like green Godzilla. Look. We as Godzilla fans love to talk about his appearance over and over and over. It's honestly one of the more fun aspects of being a Godzilla fan. It's like being one of those car or tech fanatics. You just can't wait to see next year's model. And this model, I'm really liking. Green is just a color that pops with darker grays, blacks, and blues. All the colors that kind of match with Godzilla. So besides the fact that it is my favorite color, it stylistically is also just a well-rounded choice for Godzilla. Godzilla -1 fans will love to see the plates light up in this 1x1 fashion, shooting out of the G-Man's back like fusion reactors. But I don't recall them pulsing with energy in -1 like we see here. It's like his spines are vibrating due to the sheer relentless energy rushing through them. Look, if you still don't like Green Godzilla after me freezing the shot right here, then I don't know, you might want to get your eyes checked out or something. I'm having some fun with you guys is all, but I do really love this take of Godzilla and I'm excited again, which feels so good. Give this video a like if this Goji is bringing you to your happy place.
Your own happy place.
I love the intensity of Godzilla right here. He looks much less stiff than -1 Goji, and this is like a perfect blend of both that Godzilla and our Monsterverse big guy. Remember when I said this Goji has a more human-like face? You can really see that here, I think. Okay, green eyes, that's awesome. But they seem less animal than in the past, giving them more of an off-putting appearance, I think. And overall, his entire face is flattened a bit, making it look more human. The more I look at his face actually, the more I see some of the classic Showa era face, but with a modernized, way more terrifying look to it. I always thought Showa Godzilla was the most human-like in terms of appearance and kind of how he acts, and maybe these creators of this Godzilla wanted to recapture some of that. I could just go on forever about this Godzilla, everyone. It just feels so good to get a Godzilla design that's right up my alley. I haven't seen a green Godzilla since Zilla Jr. from the animated series, and if you've been watching videos here on Dangerville for a long time, you would know how special that take on Godzilla is to me. The green atomic energy of Zilla Jr. was one of the reasons that cartoon was respected by die-hard Goji fans. And it didn't hurt that it looked damn cool and was a super effective weapon. Finally, Godzilla is green again. The trailer ends with the text, "First Southeast Asia roars." And I'm gonna tell you guys, it's very important. I have no idea what this means. I'm sorry everyone, please if someone knows what any of this is, let me know in the comments. I really am curious, I couldn't really find anything. And if y'all want to celebrate Green Godzilla with me, share the video around, like it, and subscribe. Or at the very least, give me a hell yeah down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the update and this video. This has been Jacob, peace out.